Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Oh, look at this. A nice little seat for me. It's almost as if this room knew I was gonna come in and make a video. I had this little download come in, or the beginning of a download. We'll see where it goes. But have you ever realized in your awakening process that if it's not this, it's that? And if it's not that, it's this. Like you'll resolve something in your life, whether it's in your life circumstances or like a wound within you, but then something else will pop up and then you'll resolve that, and then there will be this other challenge. And these challenges can show up in the external or they can show up within, like maybe you have some huge blockage in your heart you've had for a long time, or some type of chronic pain, or something just nagging at you. And maybe you finally heal that, but then on the external something happens, like you lose a job, or you go broke, or you're going through, all of a sudden now you're going through a bad breakup or something. But have you ever noticed there's always some kind of challenge? There's always some kind of alchemical experience to move through that tests you. That initially, like that ego mind, the personality structure can be like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this. I just resolved that, now I have to deal with this. And then you'll resolve it, but then something, it's like whack-a-mole, right? Then another thing will pop up that will test you. And it's like, of course we resist this because we always want everything to be at the perfect temperature, right? We always want to get everything just right. That's our nature. That's not wrong. That's perfectly fine. But it's just interesting, this phenomena I've observed during awakening, that we can never get anything just right. Well, not for long. Sometimes we have those moments where everything's just right. And I realized a lot of this has to do with the fact that we're in an evolutionary realm. And because we're in an evolutionary realm, we're always going to be being tested. And the thing is, the challenges that are coming our way, the things that are popping up to test us, the obstacles, the things we must overcome within ourselves or outside of ourselves, these are always helping us grow in love, in presence. They're always helping us to expand. They're always helping us to become stronger, more resilient, more powerful, less disturbed by the ups and the downs of life's innate movement. And so over time on the path, and I'm still working on this, I'm still very much a work in progress on this point, we start to sort of reorient to life in a way to where we see that things aren't happening to us. This is a very popular saying, but they're happening for us, for our highest growth, for our highest evolution. And things can still be a burden. They can still be a pain in the ass. We can still complain, temporarily. But quickly on this path, you start to see, oh, this is serving me. Oh, this is here to teach me. Oh, and I'm a human in an animal body, evolving it into a divine body. Of course, there's going to be continual challenges. Of course, I'm going to be tested at every turn because life is trying to grow me up. Life is trying to empty me out of preference, of this paradigm of always wanting pleasure and to avoid pain. Life is trying to bring me into a state of deep equanimity, of deep no self, where a preference can still be there, but when things aren't going our way, we don't get so identified with the stories and the narratives that arise. We don't get so identified with the energies that we might have to go through. We're more able to stay with our highest aspects of who we really are, despite what might be happening, despite what you could say our higher self might be creating for us to help us grow stronger, to help us grow in love, in presence, in peace. And we start choosing peace more and more often. And we start choosing empowering perspectives more and more often. Because a lot of people feel this, and I tend to agree, where we can't necessarily control what's going to happen, but we might have some say in how we react or respond to what's happening in our life. And so we all have this divine path we're on. We all have this like divine blueprint, getting so many chills saying this, that we're following, that our soul laid out for us before this life happened. You could call this fate, divine destiny, divine will, whatever. And things are going to unfold how they're going to unfold. Our soul came here intending to learn certain lessons, intending to grow in certain dimensions and capacities. And so I've noticed that the more I'm able just to see everything that's happening as a divine gift for my soul's eternal evolution, my human might not like it in the moment. My human might have other preferences, have other desires, and might not want it. But the more I'm able to align with my eternal self through life's challenges, the easier the challenges tend to be because I'm connected to my power, and the less I tend to fight with what's happening, because that's where a lot of the suffering tends to happen. It's not so many chills in this video. It's not necessarily what's happening. It's that we're in resistance to what's happening. We're in separation. That's where the real suffering tends to happen. Yes, there can be pain. There can be hurt in the circumstances or the inner conflicts we're going through. But it's the resistance to that. It's the pushing away of like, I don't want that. This shouldn't be happening. That's where a lot of the pains, the deep pain, the deep suffering sets in. And so this isn't a video to convince you to be like happy with things that are happening that are hard, or to not wish it, or to be like not wishing it were different, or to not have hopes that things will shift that you've been going through for a prolonged period of time. This is just meant to tell you that from the highest perspective, we're all being challenged. Even the great masters get challenged, because even the great masters are asked to grow. Even my teachers are asked to grow, and they're still so human. They're still so human. And they've been on the path for who knows how long and how many lifetimes they've been doing this, right? We're all so human, and that's why we all need these challenges, so that we can get more refined, so that we can get emptied out of aversion and attachment. So that, like I said, we can really surrender into this deep place of nirvana, of equanimity, of this non-dual, total allowing, unconditionally loving, powerful presence. Because that's who we really are. So anything that's happening in your life is just trying to take you to that place. That's how your soul laid out your life, so that you would remember who you really are. So your soul laid out circumstances for you exactly perfectly, so that you would remember who you were in this lifetime. Your soul knew what you would need. Your higher self knows what you need to wake up to your highest destiny, your highest truth. And when I say highest destiny, I mean coming into the highest or the deepest level of self-realization in this lifetime. That's happening for you. That's why things are so hard, is because you're on the path of self-realization. Of course it's hard. Of course it's hard. What is that quote? It's something like this. It might be free, but it's not easy or something. It's not the quote, but you get the gist, you know? It doesn't cost any money, but we have to give all of ourselves to this path. That's what's required. So that's what life's going to do. It's going to bring you into these places where you have to give all of yourself to the truth. To the truth. And fuck, it hurts so good, you know? It hurts so good. So many chills saying that. Okay. Yeah, just a chill fest. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love you guys. You got this. Hang in there. Much love.